My name is Bo. I am creative director for this game, but I'm also creative director at the Paradox music team. I write and illustrate and also animate, and I also do some music composing.
I'm Pascal van den Bos. I am the lead manager of the Paradox music team and PMT games division. I'm also the executive producer for Project Rakka and the lead programmer as well as the sound director. We've been working on the game for about 1.5 years. We started in September 2024 and we have been working on it ever since then.
No, Rakka was never meant to be a visual novel. I intended to just write a story and make it into a comic book at first. Then it turned into a concept album series, but I couldn't stop myself from also doing visuals for it, so it started becoming like this hybrid of music and art. From there, we already had like so many elements to make a visual novel out of it that it seemed kind of natural when Pascal brought up this idea.
We thought it would be a good idea because we were looking for new projects to make. We were making concept albums, we were doing soundtracks for other games, and we really wanted to make our own game, so it was pretty much the perfect combination to just take her story that she already wrote and try to make it into a visual novel, which we had also never done. We never made any type of game before this, so it's all first for everyone. It's also my first time programming anything, so it's probably horrible code, but at least it works.
I think the tone mostly encapsulates this gritty realism mixed with that cheekiness, but it also shows friends that have to figure out how to go about things, especially when things start turning upside down. For me, I think the most important thing and the philosophy behind the whole story is what makes you, you, and what makes a human, a human.
Well, the main characters are obviously Rakka and Sasha, Björn, and Kev. They're roommates. They live together in a flat in London. They are just great friends. They all fill their own purpose. They all have their own personality and place in the story. And my favorite is Kev. Kev is the comic relief character. He's a little silly, he's a tryhard, but he means well in the end.
The visual style, what it says about the world is that it's pretty dark. It has this kind of noir effect. The way that I shade is mostly based off Western comics, which are usually black and white, very contrasted and strong, which helps express the emotions of the characters, but also keeps things a bit more simple as to, wanting to create an atmosphere.
This is a game where you're basically going to a music festival in the 90s. If you want to see a band on stage A, you can go to stage A and look at what band is playing there. If you want to look into stage C and see what's playing there, you can look over there at your own pace. You can go check out the other facilities. You can go to the food court or comedy club and just do what you want, or you can choose to follow the story.
I decided to write the in-game festival because it's something that I haven't really done much in my life. Maybe something I missed out on. So it was something I really wanted to experience in some way or another. So maybe in a way I wrote it so I could get this feeling and share it with others that might have the same feeling and didn't really do much of that.
Because we wanted to make a realistic festival experience, so we wanted to have as many bands or genres, like even if they're fake bands or real bands, we wanted to have a lot of different types of music so that anyone could enjoy at least one of them.
15 artists, including bands.
Where we have a lot of metal bands, we have a bunch of jazz fusion bands, we have some electronic DJs playing house and techno and dance. Get that early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s feel. So we used a lot of romplers and a lot of sounds from that time to get pretty close to that feeling and to shape like the aesthetic and vibe of the game and try to pair that as well as we could with the visuals.
What makes Rakka different from other narrative games is that we really try to focus on bringing this music aspect, taking it and making it a lot more important than usually is for normal narrative games. You tend to have like 10 tracks, for example, in a game. But for me, the story wouldn't come to life if you have to reuse the same track 4 times. We move across a lot of locations, which is also something that doesn't really happen, especially in visual novels. It's usually a few locations and that's it. We really wanted them to travel through Europe, travel like their locations, their world, and show a lot.
Making a festival map that is like interactive where you can click on facilities to go to was probably the most difficult feature to implement, but I'm glad we got it. But luckily I'm not the only one. We have Kittles helping as well, and Rowan doing some dialogue implementation, so Kittles helped me out with a few features that didn't work. This was recent, so I'm glad that we got someone else to also help, because before this I did everything by myself. That worked kind of, but I am not the greatest coder, so I'm glad we have an extra set of eyes on things sometimes.
I hope when you finish Rakka that you're completely enamored with the characters, the world building, the atmosphere, and I hope you're on the tip of your chair wondering where this story's gonna go. The best way that you can support this game and Project Rakka is wishlist us on Steam and reach out to us on social media. I would love to know what you think. I would love to hear your opinions, your stories. Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Okay, so